I think that's all we can get before we have to pay for it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys get them tickets, deal. We are reporting live from the Surrey County
courthouse steps.
We are right here in the parking lot of the jail, waiting for Karen to throw her wig.
Our driver, Blue Eyes, is waiting on us.
Maybe had she hired him, she wouldn't be here right now.
I mean, honestly, what the fuck? This is crazy. Emergency pod recording. We haven't been on in a while, obviously.
We're back.
But obviously, there's no way we could not talk about the news that came out today. Karen Huger sentenced to 2 years in jail, 1 year suspended upon completion of probation, 1 year confinement. Wow. What do you think, Alex?
Let me tell you, as someone who has done a stint myself, 4 full days, might have been 5. I don't remember at this point. I did 4 or 5 days. That was the hardest. Saturday? Was it Saturday that I went in? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 5 days.
Oh my God.
I was in jail for 5 days, you guys. And it was a real thing. And I live in Atlanta.
This was in Fulton County?
Rice Street.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, with the real thugs and gang members. I was like, oh my God. When I tell you that, it was just hard. I didn't even know what to talk about. I was like, so why do you have Timberlands? Like, I literally didn't even know. Let me tell you. I was all jokes. The entire staff loved me when they were booking me in for 2 days because it takes them forever to just process you in. Baby, when I got behind them walls and them doors, first of all, it's disgusting in there. So I just feel for Karen because I know my tax bracket is a lot lower than hers, but I have a lot of comforts in life, and all I could think about was my $2,800 freaking Nest. What is it? I think it's a Nest mattress is what it's called. Or Nectar. It's Nectar. It's the new Itwin, but we had it. We got it 3 years ago before it became the Itwin. Oh. Yes, we have it. And it was expensive then, so they got discounts and coupons now. But no, we have a Nectar mattress. Let me tell you, I was like, oh, when my whole left side was paralyzed the next day when I woke up because you're literally sleeping on a piece of sheet metal. Not even sheet metal. Sheet metal will probably be more comfortable, but it's just metal. Like it. I was so thankful that my bunkmate left that very next day, so I was able to take his cot and I was able to double it up and have extra blankets. But I know it was rough.
Yeah. For
5 days, and Karen's gonna have to do a year.
Oh my God.
She probably won't, but
yes. So I guess initially, even before the sentencing happened today, what was your prediction of what you thought how this was gonna go?
Just like this.
Did you?
I mean, when I saw that footage, do you know how drunk you have to be to refer to yourself as Thomas Jefferson's concubine?
Yeah, that was wild.
Because think about this. Really think about this. When was the last time you had thought or talked about or heard of or conversed about Thomas Jefferson prior to Karen Huger bringing him back to fame?
Yeah.
What?
Wild. Yeah, no.
Girl, I forgot about that man.
For sure. Yeah. It was, I think in my head, I'll say this, I was listening to the news outlets that were reporting that the DA was going to ask for 6 months. So I thought that if she was asking for probation and the DA was asking for 6 months, they might cut it in the middle at 3. That was what I was thinking. But the judge, if you were reading any of the statements he was saying, he was really upset. And he essentially said that Karen has been pulling the wool over their eyes since 2011. And, with this being her 4th time, and
graduated high school.
The first 3 times, there was no jail time or anything. I think they really were looking at that as you've had way too many chances.
Dang.
It's rough.
I'm just Karen. you can't hear this because you in jail, but free my girl Kern.
That was crazy. They took her away right then.
Right then and there. You know what I'm
damn.
so ready for?
What?
Her mugshot, because her wig's not going to be able to be on in it.
Another mugshot? Because she already got a mugshot.
Yes. So that was when she was processed for the actual crime. So now that she's actually going to jail to be processed into a facility, she'll have a mugshot. They're gonna, because she can't have the wig, the makeup, any of that.
Damn.
Yeah, she's gonna have a.
It's gonna be all forehead.
It's all forehead.
Ashley.
Because I was scared. In my second one, they were like, no. You don't smile in this one.
Oh, damn.
They were like straight face. I was like, oh my God, this one is getting real. Because, my first one, I was like, oh, baby, I got money. I'm bonding out. Yeah. This is not a thing. This is not a thing. I'm bonding out. I'm sitting there grinning from ear to ear looking like a supermodel.
Oh my God.
That second one, I was like, I got to put on this jumpsuit. It got real when I had to put on that jumpsuit. Yeah. Oh my God. And they give you, they issue you prison panties. I did keep my prison panties. It was my souvenir. But yes, so you don't even get to wear your own underwear. So you're going to be wearing the cheapest brand, Fruit of the Loom, cotton, it was not. Yeah, the socks were just real cheap wool. It was just terrible. Oh my God. It was terrible.
So I will say, what I've been seeing online is people are speculating. First off, is Potomac gonna do
Yes, they're gonna put it on hiatus.
Oh, they're gonna do it, Teresa?
That's what I really want to talk about. That's what I really want to... Okay,
let's dive into it.
What are they going to do?
What are they going to do? So, first off, this is season 10.
So Karen has to be there.
That's a big deal.
Karen has to be there.
I also think, if we're being honest here, do we think she's going to serve the entire year? No.
Absolutely not.
I think it could be cut down to 9 months, maybe even 6 months, let's be honest.
I think Karen's going to end up doing somewhere between 3 to 6 months.
So, I think they might push production back to start later and film initially without her, and then Karen come in the last week of filming.
No, it's season 10.
I'm telling you.
No.
I think there's enough momentum and watching
What's going on that we need to start filming on schedule? What's going on that we need to film the season without Karen? What's going on?
This is what I would say. So watching this reunion, which has been interesting.
It has.
It's been a good reunion.
Thus far.
One of the best reunions they probably had on Potomac.
We're going to have to dive into that as well.
Yes, but I think that watching the reunion, initially going into it, of course we were like, Karen's not there, it's going to be a flop. She was one of the main, points in the season. But all the other girls have really been bringing it. And now you're starting to see all these other little, side storylines kind of, migrate out. That is interesting. Jazzy, I don't know if she had a lot going on during the season, but now you kind of see her and Mia have a little beef back and forth, and, her and Jacqueline have a little thing, and her and Stacey are friends now, so that was interesting.
It was.
Obviously, the Wendy and Ashley going back and forth because... Wendy talked about, Ashley's new
Jack Harlow.
Yeah, and Ashley was talking about Eddie, and so that's a thing.
Which we tolerate no Eddie Osefo slander over here at Cue the Chaos. First of all, Eddie Osefo is the best house husband ever. He has liked one of my Instagram posts before.
Love him.
Yes. And he just seems like a really nice guy and a really great dad.
Yeah.
He just gives really good dad and husband vibes.
He does.
I don't care.
No.
Let me tell you, I am Robin Dixon, with the way she would be blind to Juan's bullshit. That's how I am with Eddie. Y'all can show me a sex tape with Eddie and another woman that's not Wendy, and I'm still gonna be like, Eddie ain't do it.
AI. No, I agree. I don't know. I just thought the reunion was so good, and now even going into this part 3 with this reveal with Stacey and TJ, we're all speculating, what is it?
What is it? What is it?
So I don't know. I don't feel like Potomac had a rough season 8. I don't think the NECA thing worked, unfortunately. I think that the Candace Giselle thing was tired. So, Robin was disconnected. So there were so many things in season 8 that didn't work. That when they came back for season 9, was it a perfect season? No. But it was definitely better than what we had before. And now going into season 10, it looks even better. So I'm not saying that Karen's not an integral piece of that. I just don't think that when they're trying to weigh everything out, they're going to be like, let's pause the entire year and wait for Karen to come back to then film. So now you're waiting almost 2 years to go to air. That's a long time.
I mean, that doesn't mean that they're going to have to wait 2 years to go to air. They can air sooner. True. Most networks don't like to work and air at the same time. But let me tell you, they do make you do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like they could do that situation. I don't think she's going to do the full year, so I don't think they're going to have to push it back that much. I do think, though, they're going to delay it to see what's going to happen. I just don't think she's going to serve that much time. I really don't. I really think she's going to do somewhere between 3 to 6 months. She might even end up only serving them initial 60 days from jump. Because I told you, when my dad went in, he was sentenced to like 10 months. And they let him serve like 45, 50, maybe 60 days. So that's what I said. I just don't believe she's going to serve that much time.
Yeah.
When she gets out, and I think they're going to want it to be a Teresa Giudice coming home moment. I do. I think Karen's that much of that girl, and season 10 needs that. Like, for the season 10 start to come.
I could see her getting a little mini spinoff. Now that I could see. I could definitely see if she's not a part of season 10, they shoot season 10, then they have a Karen mini spinoff after that.
Season 10.
And then season 11, she rejoins the group. I could see that.
I could see that too, but I just think with it being the Big 10, they're going to want to do it big, and I think they're going to give her the Teresa Giudice and wait for the Grand Dame.
Well, do we think Karen wants to come back, though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So she's going to not want to. She's going to have enough time to be in there, to go through it all, think about it all, and be like, I'm not going to be dethroned by this. Because this is a disgusting mistake. I 100% do not stand for drinking and drunk driving at all. Because, my life was turned upside down by a drunk driver. So I do not believe in it at all. So I think that she's going to learn from this. And I think she's going to hold her head up high. And I think she's still going to come right back. I think we're going to get her back better than ever.
Now, if we don't, speculating here, what does the season 10 cast look like? Who is staying from this season and who's going?
If Karen is not on season 10, I think they'll keep everybody.
Okay.
Karen's going to be the one who ends up is not there. So I think it'll be probably somebody else new again. Or with it going forward to season 10, they might give us somebody back. But I don't think there's anybody. Candace. They'd bring back Candace. I could see them bringing back Candace.
Okay. So you think Candace might come back for season 10?
I could. And I'm not going to lie. At this point, I almost kind of want Candace to come back.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel like she's missed.
It is.
Sure.
And I did not like her, but I think Candace Dillard Bassett might be missed.
I loved Candace. I do think the last season she was just a little checked out and a little over it, and you could tell. The reads used to be funny, and then they got kind of mean.
They got really mean.
So, and you were like, damn, I used to like your funny reads. Now they're just nasty.
Yeah, she did.
So I do think her taking a couple years off, refreshing,
having
her
the baby.
She'll be in a different headspace now, yeah. So, I don't know, though. I do think still there's a question mark with Kiarna. I do think there's still a question mark with Jacqueline. So, I do think there's still some question marks with the cast.
I think they're all good on Jacqueline.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants Jacqueline.
Yeah.
I don't even think we want Mia, but we really don't want Jacqueline. Kiarna, I think they can get rid of, too, though. But I also think Kiarna does deserve a second season, because sometimes you do need a second season to pop. So I think Kiarna could also do a second season.
My thing is, I don't know if I want to do Kiarna's second season with Greg, who has clearly expressed on the show and off the show that
he does not want any parts of the show.
Any parts of the show. He doesn't even really want her to be on the show. And I think that is part of what's holding her back from really being her full potential.
Well, and I think she knows that because what was I watching? And maybe it was Watch What Happens Live. But she's just announced that she got a condo. She has moved out of the house.
She said on the reunion.
Oh yeah, so she's got her own spot. Yeah. So I think that that she clearly has like realized that like, hey, I would rather have this more so than this man. Yeah. So I think that I think that they should give her another chance.
And she did speak up. I do like at the reunion, she didn't have the most exciting, moments. Season. Yeah. But at the reunion, she was activated. She was talking. She was asking questions. She was engaged.
She didn't just sit there in silence. Yeah. Yes.
So I did appreciate it. Honestly, all the girls were engaged. This was a reunion where I feel like because Karen wasn't there, they all stepped up to the plate.
They did. Everybody is definitely earning their check. So I'm here for it. So let me tell you, that ending with Wendy and that, oh my fucking God, and that text and the secret.
It was crazy because, I don't know if you even noticed, and I noticed, that wasn't a production camera. That was like a security camera that they had on set.
They were like,
because it was footage? So grainy.
It was so grainy.
And you could just tell that wasn't like one of their production cameras. You could tell there was like, staffers in the back.
You can definitely tell it wasn't because the only production camera that was on her, it was that scene where she bends down to pick up the phone and you can only see like her bottom and her hand. Yeah. Yeah. So,
I definitely clocked that. So I was like, this is something that in the moment it was obviously not expected.
So let me tell you what I think it is. I don't think it's going to be all that juicy. I think he's just going to say that she paid him to be her boyfriend for the show.
That's juicy. We don't think that's juicy?
I mean, it is juicy to have the guy say it this time, I guess, themselves. But yeah, that's all I think it's going to be.
And you know what? I'm not going to lie. I didn't like that they threw my girl Kenya under the bus with the Walter flashback. Bitch, this is not RHOA.
When I tell you, I was like, have they ever flashed to another city's reunion before?
That was so shady.
And
it makes me nervous for my girl Kenya Moore.
It doesn't. To me, if anything, it makes me feel like they're definitely going to bring Kenya back. Kenya's crossing over to Potomac, and bitch, she ain't even filmed on the show.
That, but it's just like, it makes me feel like they are happy to like throw Kenya under the bus.
Oh, absolutely. But let me tell you, if Love Hotel does well, Kenya's the perfect housewife to be on season 2.
Okay. I agree with that.
So I'm here for that.
I think that they want to keep Kenya in the Bravo family.
Absolutely.
And I saw that Candy did an interview recently where somebody was like, would you come back to Housewives? And she was like,
yeah.
If it was right, I would. She was like, but I'm always still in contact with the network about stuff. So I think if you are in good with them, they're not just going to
get rid of you.
I
mean, it's just people, I feel like, fit in different phases. And I think that the Candy phase is gone. I think Candy shared so much for so long.
She did. I mean, the first 5 seasons Candy was on the show, I mean, she was giving it. I mean, it was marriages, a murder, a baby, a wedding, Mama Joyce. Like, it was a lot. She gave us a lot. So I hope Candy understands that. You gave so much from, like, season 2 to 9 that, season 10 to 16, 15, you kind of coasted,
I mean, I always tell people what it is we saw Candy's happily ever after. Yeah. We saw you come on, you were the single girl, you said that you wanted the man. We saw the sad, the down, the single, the dating. We see you build the empire. We see you get the husband. You build a bigger empire. And it's like you just keep winning and winning and winning. So it's like, okay, great. Now we've seen this for 100 seasons. Yeah. So it's like, girl, it's not like we don't dislike you, but
yeah. Okay. And that's funny because I saw an interview where Cynthia Bailey said the same thing. She was like, I felt like when I left the show, I had nothing else to give. I had got married, and then I got divorced, and then I met another dude, and then I got married again. She was like, where else do I go from here? Like, you've only can see so many facets of it.
I'm excited to see Cynthia again, though.
Are we ready to talk about RHOA? We can talk about it.
No, I don't want to talk about it. We're going to wait till March 9th. Yeah, that March 9th is literally
2 weeks away.
Oh, my God.
I know. Have you been getting any feedback since we did our pod announcing that we're going to be on this season?
A little.
Yeah.
Not feedback, but I've got a lot of people that are excited to tune in.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are like, oh, I stopped watching that show. I know everybody did.
Yeah.
The numbers, the ratings are in.
No.
The rating, and everybody stopped watching it.
I'll say it was a very mixed bag. Like, I got people that were like, oh my god, it's amazing. I got people that were like, oh, that's the direction they're going in.
No, nobody's at least said that to my face.
No, people said it to my face, you know. And there's one particular person who said something very, very poignant about us, who is not wanting to really like hang out with us, and it makes me a little sad because he thinks that
Jones?
he doesn't want to get caught up in our mess.
Jones?
I think his name is Binge Worthy.
Oh.
But I think he goes by Justin. But, you know, I DM'd him. I'm just calling it out. I'm sorry. And I was like, Justin.
I want no parts of this.
No.
Not the blogger beef.
No, it's not a blogger beef. I don't consider myself a blogger. No, but like, you know, I'll say this. Justin was at a filming that we did. And so he saw some things that happened. And I think that he is scarred by that.
I'm scarred when I think about some of the things that happen. I'm like, it just all happened so fast. Like,
yeah.
Wait, what? I'm just
But I'm excited. I will say, I think the few new promos that they put out outside of the trailer have looked good.
They've looked better than the trailer.
They looked way better than the trailer. I like to see that Portia gets activated. Britt gets activated, it looks like, with some of the girls. I read some of the girls' bios, which were interesting because it gives you a little like hint into what's going on for the season. So yeah, I'm excited to see kind of how everything plays out. I mean, I think the main thing all the fans are really wondering is how many episodes is Kenya going to be in? How many episodes is Phaedra going to be in?
How many episodes are we going to be in?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, there's just a lot of questions there. But, you know, like you said, March 9th is coming very soon.
March 9th.
So it'll be exciting to see how everything plays out with that. Mm-hmm. Is there any other, like, hot topics we haven't talked about lately?
I don't think so. I think that's it. I mean, we don't have a whole lot to tell you guys. We've got the visuals coming. We're
like Beyonce. Please don't wait for it. It's just going to come one day.
It's going to come. They're going to drop.
They're going to just drop. Like, yes.
Wait. So.
But you can still follow us on TikTok, Cue the Chaos Pod. On YouTube, Cue the Chaos. I think that's all where we're at, right?
That's it for now.
That's it for now.
For now.
And then obviously you can, stream Cue the Chaos on any, like, podcast site. So just keep, like, listening to old episodes and
get ready for new ones. We're coming back.
Anything happens, we will gladly jump back on here real quick.
We will, but for sure be back in 2 weeks, March 9th, following Atlanta. So you'll see us soon.
It's going to be a good one. Yeah. So until then, guys. Don't drink and drive. Clank, clank.
Cheers. Cheers to the girls' weekend. We're going to have a good time, and we staying in your friend's house.
Oh, I miss Nene.
I do too. I miss Kim too. Cheers, bitch.
Cheers.
You better watch those B words.
That was just such an iconic scene. Just like, and they didn't even know it either.
They were just such icons.
And they just were just so in the moment.
They were just so in the moment. You don't get that anymore.
You don't get it anymore.
You don't get that anymore. Let me tell you the last time you got that on reality TV. The last time you got a real in the moment raw reality TV was Producer Protect Me.
Bitch. So fucking real, bitch. So real. And you know what's funny is, like, that's why I get traumatized or triggered when people are like, that was staged, bitch. Ain't no way. I'm sorry. You don't understand. We got fed champagne for 4 hours.
No food.
Lit. No food.
Champagne and cake balls for 4 hours.
And Alex was coming at me with the red eye.
Oh my God, wait, no. So when we got, they sent a car for us as we get in the car and we're leaving that night after all that craziness. The producer, the executive producer, she was there. She was like...
Jessica?
She was like, oh my God. She was like, that was so amazing. She was like, I got so mad when they started yelling producer because she was like, then we have to interfere. And she was like, no, you're fine. You're fine.
No, I don't know if you remember. In the middle of that, she broke it up and she said, this is not fucking Jerry Springer. She said, we don't do this on TLC. I was like, bitch, y'all kind of do.
I know. It was funny when Caroline threw the drink at Patrick.
Oh
I was
God.
like, Caroline, this is TLC, not VH1. Girl, you got your initials mixed up.
Looking back at it now is so funny, but I swear in the moment, in like the first few days after, I was literally just like on 100.
Yeah,
and then not even just that. Didn't me and Steve just got totally wasted that night? And then he just like came over to sleep in my house, and I was mad at him too. So then I made him sleep on the couch. And then the next day I had to like take him home, so I was even more mad. So it was just like so many levels of mad.
Where's your car?
I was just like so many levels of mad.
You want to know a really fun fact? Season 1, Steve got a brand new car, like on, I don't know, like a random Tuesday during season 1. Steve,
I did not know
Steve got a brand new car.
Oh my God.
And we had to shoot a scene. And it's the scene where so it's season 1, and it's the scene where you guys finally meet Steve. Mm-hmm. The scene was actually supposed to be us, him coming to my house, and me seeing the new car, and we were going to get in the car, and we were going to shoot the scene in the car. And before we got to that Thursday or Friday to shoot that scene...
You crashed your car?
He crashed the new car.
Oh my God. Steve.
Yes! I was like, Steven...
Bitch.
So production was fun fact. That scene, that park, is literally just like a little area of trees beside
your apartment complex. I knew it looked familiar. Remember I told you, I said, bitch, this looks familiar. This don't like no damn park.
And it was super last minute, so they were like, we're gonna just shoot a tight shot right here, and that's why Steve's coming out of like bushes because it's like,
hey, Alex,
we're just gonna shoot this tight shot. So there's some tea for you.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah.
I guess also too, people are always asking any update on You, Me, and My Ex season 3.
So no. Nothing that I can. No,
nothing
that's
that
it.
You can say right now.
Nothing that I can say. So that's it. Nope, none.
Heard on that. We do have some exciting stuff coming up, y'all. 2025 is not over. Trust me. Me and Alex are working overtime.
Let me tell you. Actually, that's why we need to hop off the pod so we can. We actually already said our goodbye. This is just us talking to Sam, really.